What's up and welcome back to another video. I'm Bandit Barney, bringing you everything you need to know about Red Dead Redemption 2 and Red Dead Redemption Online. And today I will be suing Rockstar. They're done for. This lawsuit is gonna bring them into the dirt. And before we get to that, we need to jump in to see who set this precedent for me to just claim that I can sue Rockstar. And what would I sue them over? So we need to jump into who's setting precedent for this, and that is the Pinkertons. For those of you that weren't aware, the Pinkertons in Red Dead Redemption 2, as you know, are the antagonists, right? They're like the government agency that's trying to hunt down the gang. Now, hey, you know what? There's gonna be spoilers in this video. I have to say it every video. Anytime we talk about Red Dead 2, anytime we talk about the campaign, spoilers. Dude, play the campaign if you're not done with the campaign yet. Shame on you! Okay, got the rage out of the system. The Pinkertons are, it's an actual company, right? And they're represented in Red Dead Redemption 2 throughout the story as the antagonists to the gang, to Dutch's gang, to Arthur's gang, whoever you think gangs it is, whoever's gang it is, they're the antagonists trying to catch them and warning them throughout the story through missions that, hey, you guys are doing illegal shit. We know you're doing illegal shit. We're gonna come and arrest all y'all. Like, you guys are going to jail. So the Pinkerton was a detective agency and security firm founded in the 1850s, right? It's a real company. Nowadays, they're a part of a Swedish security company, so they're much smaller. But in this era, I imagine there'd be something similar to the FBI in recognition, right? Like that's how big they were. If the Pinkertons were after you, it's basically saying, hey, the government's coming. The government is coming. Now they were a private firm, and now they're suing Rockstar, or Take-Two, I should say, over their use in Red Dead Redemption 2's story, saying that their trademark was used for the benefit of the story and that Rockstar and its parent company, Take-Two Interactive, has made money off of their trademark. What? What the shit? Good thing I'm not lawyer, okay? I'll be sitting at that meeting. What the Paul? You're bringing some bullshit here? You bring some bullshit to the table? You're saying this in my meeting? Get the open the door and get them out. So, and this just follows a precedent of big games, successful games, being sued by people with like little to no grounds for suit. We see this, Fortnite's been sued by like 10 people for dances they have in the game. And one of the dances, the Orange Justice kid, I don't know if you're familiar with this, but he literally entered a competition to get his dance into the game and ended up getting it in the game and then sues them for it. This is just kind of follows this theme of gaming companies being targeted by other people, trademarks, other companies in lawsuits that just have no grounds. They just would say too much. So let's jump back into this Pinkerton lawsuit so I can tell you what's actually going on there. As I said, they're being sued for trademark use. But this is like an insane claim to make. Let's start with what Rockstar's done. Rockstar has created an historically accurate game. The Pinkertons were a big part of justice in this time era, and the game is based around outlaws. So therefore, you know, justice and outlaws are the kind of yin and yang. They're gonna be in the same storyline, and it's historically accurate. The Pinkertons also only appear in 10 missions throughout the story. Mind you, they are the core antagonists, but they only in 10 missions. It's not like this is a Pinkerton game, right? This is Red Dead Redemption 2. The Pinkertons trying to set the precedent that if you cite something from history in your game that's accurate, and that piece happens to be trademarked, a private company, something that another person or entity has ownership of, that you will have to either pay rights, lump sum, or royalties for that, which is just kind of absurd. Because this would mean that there would never be able to be a game that was non-fiction based. Companies just wouldn't do it. Because, well, you wouldn't make any money. You literally wouldn't be making any money because all your money would be going to the entities that are claiming that you're profiting off of them. But it set precedent for me So I did the deep dive. Ooh, what can I sue Rockstar for today? I feel like being very lazy. Whose pockets can I pick from today? Well, after doing a deep informational dive, I came to the conclusion that there's a character in the Red Dead Redemption 2 story that goes by the name of John Marston. My name happens to be John. Many of you know me as Barney because that's my brand, but my legal name is John. And I was born and named before this character was created. Therefore, they're infringing on my right to the name of John, and they're benefiting off of it, so I should sue Rockstar too. I should get my piece of pie. Why not? It's just, it's crazy. And I know those aren't exact equivalents, but like, that is kind of where things seem to be going. Everyone's getting sued over crazy nowadays, you know, like just, sometimes you read a lawsuit and you're like, what? And a little more rarely, but still then you read like a lawsuit that made it through and the I forget which it is, the plaintiff or whoever, the plaintiff gets awarded money for a lawsuit that you're like, what the, what time are we in? You know, all this stuff we've been talking about on the channel, especially yesterday we put out a video, Rockstar is Dutch Vandaling. And so, you know, just like the common theme in the community right now is that Rockstar just hasn't done enough with Red Dead Online. But I think that this is one step that they're doing really, really right. They're countersuing the Pinkertons for an injunction and basically saying, hey, you guys are gonna pay all our lawyer fees for this lawsuit that you took upon us, that you're taking on us, because it's ridiculous. And we don't wanna have to pay for ridiculous lawsuits like this. And this is something they're doing so right. They're essentially defending, you know, not just their game, but future games and saying that, hey, no, this is a piece of history, right? Like, this is a piece of history and it should be able to be used in this game, especially since the game is historically accurate. And that's something that their countersuit emphasizes a lot. Rockstar and Take-Two emphasize this game is historically accurate. That's why the Pinkertons are a part of it. Not because we thought using your trademark was gonna make us more money, but because it's historically accurate. And there's no basis for you guys to sue us on this. And hats off to Rockstar for you know, I mean, it's not like they're just gonna stand down and pay these guys a bunch of money. Obviously, the Pinkertons saw, wow, Red Dead Redemption 2, record sales. Where's my money? You know, they just like, oh, we're in the game. Oh, I should get some of that money. Obviously, Rockstar and Take-Two aren't just gonna like get on their knees and just let them take their but good on them for filing the injunction and setting the standard. Like, no, if people are gonna come after game developers with obnoxious lawsuits like this, they're gonna be the ones that end up paying the price. Because when you're a AAA developer, this isn't necessarily as big a thing. But when you're a smaller developer growing, young, up and coming, you got like maybe 20 to 50 staff, right? Employees, you can't afford a lawsuit like this. So good on Rockstar and Take-Two standing behind the gaming community and saying, F off. Get out of here, you little shit. You little children, man. Getting angry over everything. Grow up, Pinkertons. Y'all are supposed to be the justice. You're supposed to be the law and order, the calm in the storm. And y'all are suing Rockstar. This obnoxious. Brings me into my other point, which is this is a little bit more of a serious note. Obviously, I'm not suing Rockstar. I think it's absurd what's going on in the gaming industry and this trend of just suing. I'm surprised it's not Google searched how to sue different developers. You know, everyone's suing everyone. But it does bring up the point that Rockstar's countersuit is based off the game being historically accurate. They're saying that, hey, us using Pinkertons in the game isn't, you know, worthy of you saying, hey, you're using our trademark because it's historically accurate. And that's their basis of defense, historical accuracy. What does this mean for the future of the game, right? Because if the game is defending themselves on historical accuracy, are we ever going to see a part of the game that isn't historically accurate, right? The imagination of GTA has taken the game into so many different realms. crazy battle arenas where you use cars with turrets, and it's like a car crash derby. I'm butchering it. I know that there's a proper name for it, but you get what I'm trying to say. That like and cars launching through racetracks high up in the air. And I don't think Red Dead 2's following in the footsteps of, like, you know, being this outlandish game. I think it's much more based in foundation of history. But at the same time, is this gonna prevent them from, one, using the Pinkertons in any extra DLC or edition of the game, but more importantly, two, veering off course a little bit and maybe adding something in here that's not necessarily as historically accurate? I don't know if this would be to the benefit of the game in the long run, right? Like going off course with a little more fiction. I don't know if it would be to the benefit, because there is so much to pull from in history at this time period that we can use. You probably don't need to add fiction in there, right? You probably don't need to add a little fantasy in there. It does bring up the question, is that off limits now completely? Are we not allowed to do that anymore because we've had to defend ourselves and our basis of our defense was historical accuracy? Let me know what you guys think about, one, the Pinkertons suing Red Dead 2. Two, also just this trend of game developers being sued nowadays. I think it's obnoxious, bro. I think it's obnoxious. People just getting sued for everything nowadays. I think we need to relax and suck it up. Some of the answers to these lawsuits 50 years ago or in other cultures is just like, dude, grow up hair. Grow up hair. Deal with it. Let me know what you guys think. On top of that, we just released the Discord. We've already got like, I think 17 or 20 of you in there. Super excited to grow like a deeper knit community over there. So if that's something that interests you, jump on that, as well as subscribing to the channel. If you enjoyed this video or other videos, hit that like button. Guys, thank you so much for the support. Really appreciate it. And I look forward to having you in a future video. Until then, take care.